Hello, everyone, and a very good evening. I want to take this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Alwi Ahmed Mohammed. I come from Kenya, from Universitas Muhammadiyah Surakarta, and I want to take this splendid moment to bring on a very critical problem, which is the management of boarding schools in both Southeast Asia and East Africa, where I analyze, particularly in East Africa, I analyze the country Kenya, and particularly in Southeast Asia, I analyze Indonesia. We can clearly see that my study is a comparative analysis, which is a comparative qualitative approach according to my abstract. And also we can see that the findings indicate that there has been a what is it called, there is need in institution effective leadership responses, transparent communication, and also there is need in significant preparedness, yeah, of the institution. And also we can see that it concludes with a stronger leadership accountability, that leaders of the schools have to be accountable. And also we can see that the findings also they contribute to the educational management. And the next slide, which there is a shared foundation on the boarding schools as micro societies. We all know that a school is the first society, or a school is a place where learners not only just learn but also have their ability to be able to communicate, or to be able to interact, to be able to have values. And also we can see that the community plays a greater role, community and character, yeah, which the boarding schools functions as living communities. And also we can see in both comparative analysis in Indonesia and in Kenya, we can see that in Indonesia we have the pesantren way, or the pesantren, which is the traditional way of combining both religious and communal life, which these pesantrens are often led by ustads or kiais, which there's also a blend or a combination of guidance of organization, and we can see also spiritual. And also we can see in Kenya we have the residential legacy, where the Kenyan system ensures that there is emphasization on academic rigor. When we talk about academic rigor, we talk about academic performances, also extracurricular activities. And also we can see that it's often, yeah, being there as to ensure that there is structured routine and also institutional reputation. And when we talk about the spectrum of the crisis, we talk about the crises that have been happening on the boarding schools. And we can see that the natural calamities such as earthquakes, we can see mostly has been happening in Southeast Asia. We can see the country of Indonesia having a lot of a plethora of earthquakes, floods, droughts, and also pandemics. Yeah, we can see that there is technical change, the internet disruption, the cyber incidents. So these crises have been there. We can see global, as I said, global emergencies, technological shifts, and also natural hazards. And also when we talk about Indonesia, the resilience through tradition and also adaptation, we talk about the boarding schools, yeah, which have been there to ensure that they are not only being taught, as I said, that they are not only being there to learn, but also there are value-based leadership is there, being led by kais or ustads. And also we can see that the hybrid preparedness for the emergencies, the infrastructure upgrades, and also the digital tools. And we can see that there's social integration, yeah, or we can say that social bond or social fabric that has to be there. In there has to be strong relational bonds. And also when we talk about Kenya, there has been a problem in terms of navigating the resources and infrastructural challenges. We can see that the physical safety investments, which there is secure drainage water, which can reduce exposure to climate risks, and also we can see the community support partnership with local government and NGOs, and also we can see that there is a bridge to ensure that there is bridging of the digital gaps. Yeah, and when we talk about the archetypes, yeah, the human element, we can see that leadership mixes both cultural authority, administrative competence and relational skills. Whereas Indonesia, as I said, that there is kiai, the spiritual legitimacy. And also we can see the central anchor, yeah, which is the trusted figures providing immediate stability. And also we can see distributed teams and also community liaisons. And when we talk about identifying vulnerabilities, despite these trends, which my research topic specifically spotlights this, that there has been an absence of standardized evacuation and community plans, and also there has been low digital literacy and weak remote learning infrastructure, and also we can see that there has been limited mental health services and also staff support systems. When we talk about the next one, we talk about the success factors. What are the success factors that an institution is supposed to have? In terms of we can see that there has to be a comparative, yeah, where we compare, and also one of the themes is the organizational culture, yeah, to share the purpose, yeah, to adapt in different or a plethora of culture, and also to ensure that there is the shifting of roles during crisis. And also we can see there has to be a strategic partnership which the links with health authorities, with the council, and also the NGOs. And also we have to ensure that there is proactive planning, yeah, regular drills, there has to be communication plans to ensure that there is reduce in response of time and uncertainty. And also when we talk about building the future, we have to ensure that we focus on the future ready boarding schools. As I said, there has to be infrastructure, there has to be leadership. In terms of infrastructure, with safe building, water, and also the energy, the leadership, crisis training, distributed teams. And when we talk about well-being, we talk about the counseling, staff support. When we talk about cultural identity, we talk about tradition, we talk about values. When we talk about partnership, we talk about NGOs, government, and also the parents. And also the most or the key important thing is the technology, which we are in the era of technology, the connectivity and offline tools. When we talk about the conclusion, is to ensure that my paper supports and ensures that there is a call to action where there is investment in leaders and protection of infrastructure, and also the support of well-being. Feel free to contact me via my Gmail, alwiahmed94@gmail.com, or through my WhatsApp number +62 822 4124 6041. Thank you so much. Feel free to ask me.